And back here in Africa, National Bank of Egypt, the country's largest bank by assets, is putting together a group of lenders for a club loan in the region of $600 million. It is expected a 3-year debt facility and will likely be provided by international banks and some United Arab Emirates lenders. Foreign currency liquidity for Egyptian banks has improved since the central bank allowed the Egyptian pound to free float in November 2016, resulting in currency losing half of its value against the US dollar. Egyptian banks now have access to foreign currency liquidity through the interbank market as opposed to through central bank auctions, which was the case before the currency's flotation. But banks still need to boost their foreign currency liquidity to face requirements accrued during the shortages before the flotation. NBE has borrowed internationally before. Last year, it obtained a $300 million loan from the African Export-Import Bank. And Swiss-based asset manager Quantum Global has accused Angola's sovereign wealth fund of harassment after more court-ordered assets freezes in widening legal row. Angola's $5 billion FSDA fund said on Friday it was sacking Quantum Global as its asset manager because it was concerned about the way its funds were being invested. Quantum Global, which was appointed in 2012 and made most of its investments in 2015, responded by saying all Angola's money under its management was accounted for. On Sunday, the asset manager said a British court had reportedly on Friday granted an FSDA application for a worldwide freezing order on several Quantum Global Group companies, although it had not yet been served with court papers. It reiterated that it wanted to resolve the situation with the FSDA in an amicable manner. Mauritius this month froze bank accounts and suspended business licenses linked to Quantum Global Investments Africa Management following a visit by Angolan officials. And Tanzania has approached the African Development Bank to finance a 2,100 megawatts hydroelectric plant in a World Heritage Site renowned for its animal population, despite concerns from conservationists. The East African nation considers the project at Stigler's Gorge in the UNESCO-designated Selous Game Reserve to be vital in its bid to diversify its energy mix and end chronic electricity shortages. The project would more than double the country's power generation capacity, but critics say securing financing for it could prove difficult because construction of a dam on a major river that runs through the Selous Game Reserve could affect wildlife and their habitants downstream. And Guinea's government has approved plans to award a mining contract to a Netherlands-based company to develop a $1.4 billion bauxite mine and aluminium refinery. Guinea is Africa's top bauxite producer, and output more than doubled last year to about 50 million tons on the back of investments by Alco, Rio Tinto, Alcan, and Datco. Société de Bauxite de Guinea, a subsidiary of Metal Core Group, plans to develop a new concession in northern Western Guinea that the company says has proven reserves of more than 300 million tons in proven bauxite reserves. The mine is expected to produce 3 million tons of bauxite per year for export and 5 million tons to refine into alumina at a nearby factory. The bauxite industry's significance to Guinea's economy has grown in recent years after development of huge iron ore deposits in its forested interior stalled when global commodities prices crashed in 2014. And when we come back after the break, former Director General of the Nigeria Securities and Exchange Commission, Mr. Rumauti, speaks on her role as the Treasurer of the World Bank. Do stay with us.